my God. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. What's going on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tactical Media here again, one more time. Yes, sir. Get me in the zone I want. Control tonight. Got me floating, test the wine. I want tonight. State of mind. Yeah, 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 yeah. Press rewind. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, baby. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. All right, all right. That's awesome. The awesome stuff. We're back. We're back and we're back with Avengers. I don't even know if my music playing. Let me see. My music wasn't playing. It should play here. Got me go delicious. Got me go delicious. There you go. Got me go delicious. That gummy girl, baby. Got me go delicious. Got me girl 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 delicious. Yeah, that's enough of that. I doing the I really I'm not a great jockey of the OBS. Not yet, not yet. I'm not a great jockey, but I'm doing what I can. I do what I can. Yeah. So here we go. We got the Electron Tonverk, which I don't understand why is offset now. Why everything is offset? Is this like a nightmare before Christmas? It's always off. Everything is offset, bro. What the hell? Jesus Christ. Help me, God. It's supposed to be right there. That's not that bad. Lock it back up. Get back up. This one. This one is a little bit less. And a little bit this way. There you go. That should be it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit better view. I don't know if that probably. Let me see if I can lower the the intensity is on minimum. Let me see. Remember subpage. LED backlit. I don't know what's happening. So we're doing this tonight. I don't care. I understand that everybody is somewhere else today. The internet's very slow. Well, the YouTube has been very slow lately. A lot of people not. What's going on? A lot of people not showing up. I did a little live stream earlier, and I understand that you know everybody got their own things to do.
It's the time of year where everybody's with their family. I wonder why this thing is. There you go. I hit a button. I messed it up. I understand that people are, I don't know, somewhere else doing that thing. Well, I'm still here and I'm still experimenting. And we have the electron Tonverk, as you can see right here. And I did a little zoom in on the right hand side so you can see the screen a little bit better. And I'm gonna talk about. I talked about this already earlier, but I want to talk about it a little bit in depth, and and um, what else am I gonna do? I don't know. Whatever comes to my mind, man. Probably I'll jam. But somebody left me with all the kids and left, and they just came back, and instead of me taking advantage of my day off, I get to babysit all day. You know, sometimes I feel a little bit abused, but what can I do? Anyways, and my legs hurt, my ass hurts. It was leg day today, so I'm super sore. I'm sitting down. I'm already feeling sore, and I'm just sitting down. It was a great workout, anyways. It was awesome. So let's talk about these things that I'm doing. Let's talk about um. Let's talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer that I got here. I loaded a shit ton. It you know it already comes with its own stuff, but I loaded a bunch of new stuff too. So you're gonna see over here we got all kinds of bleepity bloops and bleepity bloops, and I just want you to see that this is the amount of sounds that you can get. And what I want to discuss is the sounds that are a little bit less resolution or they're smaller. I'm going to load this one right quick. I hope it loads. There you go. So some of them are a little bit low in volume. So some of them are very well recorded, which are good. So I was missing strings on my tone work, and you know Spitfire Audio just put out some stuff on the MPC, and I was like, yeah, that's right. I have a couple samples, but I don't have like multi-sample instruments because basically all these plugins from what you may call from MPC and such. These are not plugins. Most of them are multi samples. They're not like synthesis themselves. Some of them are, but a lot of them are basically rumplers or sample players, or it's like a sound font player type of thing, and they're a little bit more complex. They have their own envelopes and things like that, and pitch envelopes and all those stuff. It makes it a little different, and it kind of makes the difference, but it doesn't matter that much because we have the flexibility of Tonverk right now, and with with the Tonverk, it's you get to do with the key groups or Yeah, the multi samples. You get portamento if you're playing them in mono. You can get some portamento, or also you can get portamento while being on polyphonic mode. Um, Also, you get to tune it on top, and then it has the vibrator or the vibration. Like you can make it what the fuck, the modulation. So it has the modulation routed to it, as you can see right there. You can't see because you see the modulation right there. You got speed, really high speed, and this right here is basically to fade it out. So you can start with a little bit of modulation and then, or vice versa, start with no modulation, then modulate after. And that's pretty cool for certain sounds. All right. So let me change the sound. I just want you guys to see how fast it loads. It doesn't load super mega fast. We have this sound right here, which is it's a low, a Roland grand piano that is, it failed. It failed. Why? It might be all messed up. This is not the one. 'Cause I have one. Let me see, piano one. Why are they all failing? Let me see. Let's load another one. Why is it failing? All of a sudden now nothing works. Um, Let me get a different one. So plug. Let's do this xylophone. So we got a xylophone. Let me see. Now we can up a little bit the level here with some. Well, what I like about it is that you can quickly sound design by, um, you can do a lot of stuff with it. If you want, you can play with with the the envelope, the extra envelope, and let's say tune. You can mess with the tune, and so now it sounds all weird. Sounds all weird like that. So that's pretty cool right there. You can clear it right quick. And then let me see what the hell is going on here. Anyways, so what else can I say? Let me see. So it sounds pretty good. Yeah. Now it's sounding loud. It sounds pretty nice. And then you can send it, the sound to the different, um, send effects if you want. Let's send some reverb. That sounds pretty good. The delay. That sounds pretty good. And then you got chorus. And that's with the send. So yeah, you already there got 3 effects that you can work with. And then you got 2 more effect slots. I did this earlier with a chrono pitch. You can add a cone filter and do some weird stuff. So the cool thing is that most of these effects let you set up the wet and dry signal if you want, just like any other. Just by hitting the effects button and clear right here, you basically send everything back to normal. Um, crazy thing. Now you have these 2 options, but then also you can send your instrument to a bus 1 to 4, which is basically 9, 10, 11, and 12 tracks of the Tonverk, and that will open up 2 more effects, right? So what else? What else can we say about this thing? Um, I was talking earlier about the software that I was working on, which is the Convert with Moss, and that one Convert with Moss is pretty awesome. I'm gonna show you guys. It's right here, Convert with Moss. I got it different. I got it different. Let's see, display capture. There you go. So that's the Convert with Moss right there. If you were wondering, I don't know if you can see that clearly on your screen, but yeah, that's the one right there. It's Convert with Moss 18.0.0. Well, like I'm just saying that because I want you guys to realize that you can get more out of your unit big time. You can get way more. So now we're gonna go here to number 9, where you got 2 effects, and it lets you do um reverbs. You got 2 reverbs on your buses and 2 delays. So you can open the steel box and then put some stuff like that just to add some. Yeah, so that's just one of the sources that we can get. We can go to number 1 and change the multi. to a different source. We got some upright piano here right quick. And I did this already earlier. Which is cool. There's a lot of stuff to talk about this machine. Um, okay, so the other problem was that some of the samples are gonna be short on the sound fonts when you make them into this thing, right? So let's say cello legato. You see it, they tend, when you go to the higher scale, sometimes it does not loop perfectly. This one is pretty good. Oh, there's a couple of websites I want to show you guys where you can get your sound fonts, and and you just be mindful that sound fonts. Let's go. So we go to this one. It's called Musical Artifacts. When you go to Musical Artifacts, they have a search engine. You can put whatever on this search engine. You can do, let's say, drums, and we're gonna do this exercise right here, right now. Area math. There's many stuff. NES, DPCM drums and basses, sound font. And then it gives you here the description containing various DPCM samples made from 1980s drum machines and synthesizers. No sound come from existing NES title. Drums, percussion range C to C4, instruments range D5. Now, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna download this right now. So I'll give you guys an example of how to do it. So we just downloaded that one. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go to our Finder, new Finder window. We're gonna go to my stuff right here. Users with my name. And then you're gonna go to downloads. And then here it is. I downloaded this one, is the Donkey Kong Country 3 sound effects. And then you got raw samples. This, I got it already. I'll show you in a couple minutes. But let's open this zip. And then there we go. So you have it right here. And then you have WAV files here. Where you can hear. I don't know, you can't hear it, but here are all the samples. If you don't want to, some of them are structured this way. Like, let's say you don't want to load the sound font as a multi-sample thing. You can just take the WAV files, make your own file. So what I want to do, what you have to do now is, what I do is I just press copy. I copy that. And then on the same downloads page, I create a new folder, and I named NES test, right? And we press enter. And then once you have the file, just leave it there. Now you're gonna go back to your Electron Tonverk, and then you're gonna press your cogwheel, and then you're gonna go into USB mode, and then press yes, and it's gonna go into USB mode. Hopefully my sound doesn't cut off. The sound's still going, which is it's a good thing. And we're gonna open another Finder window, a new one. And here's the Tonverk. You're gonna go to the user, and then you're gonna go to your multi-sample folder, and then you're gonna make a brand new folder, and it has to be empty. So NES, let me see, NES test, right? And you hit enter, and that's created right there, right? So now we're gonna go to our convert with MOS, and you're gonna hit the first options on the bottom, and you're gonna hit click sound font 2. Then you're gonna select the file that you're gonna use. So you're gonna go to your download page, which is in the users, in your main user. Go to download, right? And then there is, you highlight the folder NES test, you press open, right? And then here on the destination, you're gonna go here and select Electron Tonverk, selected it, and you got to go here and select where you're gonna put that, right? So you're gonna go select your Tonverk. Let me go back a couple steps. I'm so sorry. I forget to switch screens. So here on the first column, you're gonna do click there. You're gonna hit sound font 2. Then you're gonna hit right here where it says select. You press select, and then you go to your downloads where you have your stuff, or wherever you put it at. You're gonna highlight it and press open, right? That's this side right here. All right, and then here on the right hand side, you're gonna go to the little thing down here, the little sub menu, and you're gonna choose Electron Tonverk. But before you start converting, you're gonna go and select from which file on your Tonverk. So you go to your Tonverk's hard drive, you go to user, and in my case, I named it multi-sample, and the new folder empty that we made is right here. We're gonna highlight it and we press open. Now I'm gonna make the mistake that I made that made it unuseful, because a lot of people, I guess, are doing this. So let's say you hit analyze, just to analyze. It already analyzed the whole thing, which is really quickly. But now when you hit convert after analyzing, it says the output folder is now empty. Please select an empty folder. So what happens is that you gotta go back to your Tonverk's hard drive right here, multi-sampled, and and then this file here, you have to erase it. So just move it to the trash. That's erased, and now you can go ahead and convert your files, okay? And it's gonna be quick because it's just one simple sound font, and this one is very small. So there you go. We're gonna hit convert, and it's already finished because it's very small size. Now you want to go to your Finder and go to your Finder window and go back, and then you want to eject your Tonverk hard drive. You want to eject it, totally eject it. It's gonna take a minute to eject. I think I overdid it. There you go, it's ejected. Now we're gonna come back here and we're gonna press no. Where it says no, you press no, and it will resume your project. And if the more stuff you transfer to your Tonverk, the higher. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get back to your project. So now we're gonna press. We are on track number one. We're gonna press function and source, and then we're gonna press yes on the multiplayer. And we have to scroll down or find our samples. Let's see if they pop up, because that's one thing that is very annoying sometimes, that it just doesn't do it by itself. So sometimes to make it appear, I go into the multi-sample and take a look at it, and it's probably not even showing. Let me see what we can do now. Let's see if it shows up, because it's not that easy. You know what I mean? There you go. Everything's showing up. Now everything's showing up. Let's see if it shows up on top. It's gonna take a minute to show up. And sometimes you have to even reload the whole thing. Let me see if it let me load the Roland piano again this time. Yeah, it doesn't let me do the Roland. Um, let me see. Let me see if by changing to single player and then back to multiplayer. If not, we're gonna make it easy on ourselves, and we're gonna hit project, and we're gonna hit load, and then we're gonna open a new one. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it helps the whole thing. It really does help sometimes. Um, we got sound again, and then here, yeah, we're good over here. And then let's see if we can find a source multiplayer. Let's see if not, if not, what usually happens is that we have to, yeah. So we actually have to turn the unit off and on. So let's do it. All right, we're back. We're back. It now significantly since the last update 3.3.3, 1.3.3, it's loading super fast. Let's hit multiplayer. Let's see now if there's anything new stuff. Maybe not. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna load a different project like this one. And it does that because it's like it has to like clear the memory, and that's what's happening. So right now you see it's stuck on wait, and it's gonna do those kinds of things. Right now it loaded. Let's see if it's showing up. It might not even maybe it might it didn't transfer maybe. Pad, yeah, we're at TS. So we're gonna do it again. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We go to this mode again, and we're gonna do it again. It doesn't even matter. I'm not scared at all, and I want to see why is it not showing, unless it went to the wrong place. All right, let's move that to the trash. Let's select here. Tonverk user multi-sample nest test, and then here we're gonna go download, check. No wonder it's not there. One second. You gotta go here. You find their window. Users. Ah, it's not in there. I don't know why it's not in. Okay. So we're gonna copy here. We're gonna go back. Gonna be in here. Paste. It was all my fault, guys. It was all error. Like you see now, I finally copied and pasted. It was empty. So basically, what I did is I transfer empty thing. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna do again. We're gonna go to downloads, the test file with the sound font in. We're gonna hit open. We're gonna make sure that it's on sound font 2, and we're gonna go to the next submenu and hit Electron Tonverk, and then we're gonna select the file destination, which is gonna be multi-sample nest test. We hit open, and now we can convert. As you can see, it's doing its job, and since it's one sound font, it's quick and easy. Now you hit close, and you can close that, and then you can eject the Electron Tonverk's hard drive. Make sure you eject it every single time. Try not to make stuff too fast. You don't want to lose all your files. I wonder where everybody's at. Probably everybody's like either watching another streamer. But here's the information. No matter what, that's what I'm here for. Now we're gonna go into the Tonverk. We're gonna press no, and we're gonna get out of that, and we should be able to see our new stuff. Now it's gonna detect the multi-sampled files, and it's gonna throw them all into one pool. It doesn't matter if they're divided in different folders. It's gonna throw it in one single pool, and now we're gonna check the sources. And we should. Okay, now we got it. We got timbales, snares, orchestra hits, all the kicks, bass, cowbells, congas, claps, and a go-go's and all that stuff. And you can so that was a simple one. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in there. Um, you can also, let me show you. Um, you can also go to your SD card user, not recordings, multi-sampled, and you can go to the next test, and it says folders empty, but it's gonna show up very soon. There you go. So you can go in here, and it will give you here. You can, and you can hit that one and load it as a sample if you want to go that route. If you don't want to use the, like right now we got a simple single player, and we got, you can load that agogo. uh this thing went out of whack. All right, so it's crazy because you can do now, you can put a crossfade and make a loop. And then you can go into the amp. But the only thing that I say is that's why I don't like smaller samples like that. So I'm gonna take it off. I just don't like when their samples are really weak samples like that. So you have to be mindful of, you know, gotta be mindful of what you're doing, what type of sound fonts you're really getting, and you gotta make sure that they're the highest quality samples that you can get, because otherwise it's not gonna sound that great. So, like I said, there's many great samples out there. Many great samples out there. Let me see what's going on over here. I hope everybody's doing fine today. Let's see. Um, Smashing, slamming, baby. So yeah, that's it. yeah, so that's it. So what we're gonna do is later on, whenever you got a question about this thing and how to do it, you can revisit, or maybe I'll do a better job at it, or you can go to the original person that invented the whole thing. Um, and what's his name again? I forget the name of it. Convert with Moss. Let's go to his page right quick. That way we give the right props to the people that did the hard work. And that's convert with Moss. Convert with Moss. And even Lou Pop talked about it. I was never aware of it. I could have done that for. So it's Jurgen. Jurgen Mombrager. I guess that's the way you say it. And this guy is awesome for doing what he did.
Yeah, hello there. In the last video, I showed
So
you
let's go to
several
his
open
channel.
formats for
I
storing
actually gonna
properties,
subscribe to
samples,
him.
and I have to do some
Awesome, awesome,
correcting
awesome.
first because I said the Bitwig format is not open but easy to understand, which is not true.
My audio was all messed up earlier, so I'm sorry about that. He has a ton of videos here. Convert with Moss 18. And then he got a lot of stuff.
File and output the same file, so I'm pretty confident that it works. But let's have a look. What is the output? So let's go with my normal test WAV files, which is nice to see. And this e-multi file is pretty straightforward. So it's luckily a plain text file, so pretty easy to read what's in there. And if you want to tweak stuff, you can also do that in that file. So yeah, please write me down in the comment if that works for you, and I hope it does. But as I said, I don't have a testing device. But on to the next one. Spectrasonics Omnisphere 3 is a very popular software synthesizer, and Keith Crossley made a video about the format that is used for user samples. Many thanks.
So follow the guy. This is a great way of getting newer sources. I'm just so tired. My butt hurts so much, bro. It's crazy. I did so many, like, it was leg day today. So imagine, I was going all out. I haven't done leg day in like 2 weeks. So I'm feeling like dead sore right now. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, look. Reconsiderates Music Sketchpad is on right now. Let's see. What else? Oh, let's talk about this. Because this is coming this week. As soon as I get it, I'll show you guys. Well, let's do it with YouTube. Let's not be that bad. Let's
File
do it
and
with YouTube.
output the same.
All right, so I just bought myself and I was skeptical because I even criticized it. So it's the Chaos Pad 5. Let's go, bro. I want to show you a couple of things that it has. This is Loopop's video. I want to show you
programs you want to
when I get it. I'll show you more in depth.
one time, and I promise you'll understand why I haven't
Like,
programmed into them as
you know how I do it? I do it pretty hardcore, so it's gonna be like an in-depth or kind of hardcore shit. And sometimes I prefer that people ask me questions if they want to find out something. We can do that right away. Um, let's see, effects demo. let's go. This is one of the parts, the sampling. Let's check the all the stuff that has to do with looping. Here, overdubbing.
Let's move on and talk about overdub. For that, we need to press this button twice. We're basically ready to overdub once we choose our loop. We can't choose this because it's a one-shot. You can only overdub onto loops. And here, the starting point is important. So this is my progress bar, counting towards the end of the drum loop. And I need to hit things properly in terms of timing, because now we're not recording a loop alongside the drum loop. Rather, we're overdubbing audio onto the drum loop. Onto track D in this case. So I've stopped this. I've got my recording here. And if I didn't like it, I could just long press this to undo. So that's pretty nice. And then resampling is just sampling whatever the output of the device is. Let's go for one shot, choose this bank, and record, say, this. And hit this when we're done. So that's our one shot. Let's talk a bit about playback modes. So if I go hit, shift, and edit, beyond the mixer page, which I talked about earlier, we've got two more pages. Slice for loops, we'll talk about that in a second. And then there's a third and final page with playback options, which is different for one-shots and loops. For one-shots, we've got control over pitch, an octave down and up. We can reverse the sample. Let's make it a bit faster. Even midway. And then we've got two playback options, either one shot or gate. So gate means that it'll play as long as we press this button. Or in reverse. And then, yeah, this is just one shot mode, which will play through. In reverse, basically unstoppable unless we hit shift stop. Okay, let's take a look at the loop playback options. So these two loops are aligned nicely on the one. You can always hit shift and align to get them to start together, but if they weren't aligned,
So
I
basically,
could go into this page for loops, the parameter page, and try and align them. It's difficult. That's why I always say either start recording on the one or use the overdub, which also works nicely. Anyway, that's the align parameter. Then
so
we've got-
basically what it does is that you can use the overdub, right, while you're doing a live jam session. You do the overdub, and as soon as their loop, because you see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. You can do the first 4 bars and then leave it looping at 4. Like you can say, okay, just record up to 4, and then it will loop back automatically. Like it will already record, so it's gonna go back to 1, and then when it goes back to 1, you can just mute. In my case, would be the Tonverk's output, or the main output, which is channel 16. You just mute it, right? It's gonna keep playing over there, right? It's gonna be muted, and then you can load change the pattern to, let's say, pattern number 2, and put pattern number 2. Let's say you're gonna turn off most of the channels on pattern number 2, and you set it up, right? And then you do a transition effect on the unit, right? And you can either, like, I'm not sure how it is done. There's different ways of working with it. You see where it says input volume right here? You can turn down the input volume after the overdub, so it doesn't multiply the sound and just lower that. I don't know if it has something that is like it has to be either that, or you can send on the Tonverk, you can assign one of the channels to send MIDI CCs to control specific things on the Chaos pad, and you can do it that way. There's many ways of doing it. Um, I have the launch control 3 that I can set up in a way to do that. There's many ways of doing it. So it's super cool to do that. Let me see. One shots, resampling, overdubbing, sync loops. This is what I wanna. Let's see. Yo, what the heck?
You choose the number of beats here. These do align to the tempo of everything else, but there is another tricky aspect here that the tracks might get out of alignment based on how and when you start recording them. By this, I'd have a hard time keeping them in.
Yeah, because you gotta work in sync all the time.
And delete.
That's resampling and then sampling.
Say, for example, choose a threshold of 1. So now if I press C, I've armed it to record. You'll see a progress bar, by the way, as I start playing, but for now it's not recording. When I play something, recording will start. I can stop recording, and now I've got my one shot. You can hear that little click there. Hopefully that's something they'll fix in the final firmware. There's no way to chop samples.
Yeah, that's
in
pretty
here, by
cool
the way.
too.
Now, as far as looping, that's a little tricky. So I could choose the free.
The thing is that there's not too many people showing this thing off. Chaos pad, overdub. Let's see if we can find any information overdub. And I'm telling you, if I don't like it, I'll return it, like so fast. Let me see. It's just a risking PP3. No, that's not true. I want somebody. It's nobody doing the right examples on this stuff. That's the point here. That means recording did some stuff with it, but I don't see people putting it to the test, like really to the test. And you got all these YouTubers that got it for free and they didn't show off anything. Like nothing. Like they only showed simple capabilities. Let's this guy right here. This guy is doing
Hey dads.
but that's on NAM. I don't want to see that. I want to see it now, like currently. Let me see. This guy did some stuff.
So it just has, for me, I think the main thing the Chaos Pad has is, I guess that tactile hands-on touch really brings back that nostalgia. DJing with
I don't
vinyl
care about
back in the day,
nostalgia.
this just feels right at home for me, and I still think even in the modern day, this has a lot of potential for younger producers, younger creatives, younger live performers alike. They're going to get a lot out of the Chaos Pad KPV just because of its hands-on functionality and just being able to like stop down beats, do reverse downs. You can do vinyl stop downs. I haven't even shown you that on here today, but you can actually do vinyl stop down effects that sound really good. You can in this bad boy. So these are kind of like DJ effects, for pretty cool. So you could actually dial it in for something like this where you have a lot of heavy sounding effects. Anyway guys, you get the idea. I could be here all day. I could do one of those videos down below. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, but they don't want to go deep into it. That's the thing. They gotta go deep into this thing. I'm gonna go deep in it because that's the way. Let's see this guy. Yeah, really nice example. Okay, so just to be curious, let's check something out right quick about the MIDI implementation. Let's get that MIDI implementation chart. So it's chaos, cat V, MIDI implementation chart. So it uses CC, and let's look at it. Let's take a look. And this is one of the most important things that you have to see, bro, because that's how you know what sample bank, external control mode, external panel control, timing clock, continue active sensing. Oh, that's not even. This doesn't provide any product information. Let me see if we can find. No, versus media implementation. Why does it do that? Fucking outer fucking thing. All right, let me see. Is that it? That can't be it. Oh, there you go. We got more stuff here. Program memory data dump. No. Parameter change is 71. 72. Mapper change. PCM loader. Finger mode. I'm not sure where the information is. Why they do this like that? If it has it, I guess I'm gonna have to fucking find out. I'm gonna have to find out. Is the filter program offset lower parameter. Okay, global parameter, MIDI clock, filtering program, filtering note, noise gate. Have no idea. Global channel sample bank A. Pointer. I don't know what is all this stuff. I have no idea if there's any MIDI implementation. I gotta ask. So CC18, control chain CC18 is pad X, CC19 is pad Y, CC20 is pad pressure, off-turn pad hold functionality. It receives program chain instantly between programs 01 to 128. MIDI clock. Let's see. There's some. There has to be something here. Program list. MIDI implementation. You're gonna give me that same shit? I'm gonna have to fucking interpret that. Owner's manual. MIDI functions. There's nothing about program change. Well, if they do that, I mean, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So, anyways, this thing, I know it's a beast. I know it can do more than what people are making videos about here. They don't talk about it very well. I know this one is also one that people have played with it, but I guess it doesn't. People were expecting to be a full blown sampler, and it is not. And this guy's saying yes to it. Let's see. You say yes because you're gonna do it.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys,
This is
Nina
Bo
just built
Beats.
an app.
Hello there and welcome to another Bo Beats video, and today we're gonna take a little first look at the new KP5.
Let's see. Build quality. How to use the chaos pad. Sampling. Let's see what he does on that.
Right now, so it's syncing with the Digitact. And then we come to the sampling and overdub and resampling. So if you press this
I'm
button
gonna
here,
go very soon,
you
guys.
enter the sampling mode. Now you can press
Anyways,
any of these
nobody
buttons
watching
here to
anyways.
sample into the chaos
What
pad.
the
You can sample up
fuck?
to, I think it's 8 bars. And I do believe that this is longer than on some of the previous generation of chaos pads. I think 4 bars was the maximum. Somebody can probably correct me down below. But use this here to scroll. So from 1 beat up to 32 beats, and I do believe 32 beats is 8 bars. But it's not super long. You can't like do minutes of sampling. It's just kind of a short loop. And then I just
I gotta lay
play
down.
here. I
I
let
wanna
the
make
beat
beats
play.
in my room with my Tonverk. As soon as I'm out of here, I'll go sit down and make some beats. Not sit down, I'll lay down and make
Press
some
the
beats.
sampling pad. You can see a little sampling indicator here showing how long I've sampled. And there we have the loop. And
You see?
it should hopefully
You saw that
loop,
shit?
because whether or not it loops, I think it depends on how you actually recorded the sample. So if you just briefly recorded it, it becomes a one shot. And if you actually recorded for the entire
Alright, so
sampling
this
length,
is exactly
it
why I
automatically
bought it.
loops. And it
This
seems
is
like it's-
exactly why I bought it. So you saw that button right here, that button right there. As soon as the loop was done, as soon as the loop is done, you just crank it down, let it play for a minute, do your thing over here with your Electron box, change up, do whatever the hell you're gonna do, or break it down. Throw something here. You can throw anything on top of that loop, any trick or anything there, and then back to it. You can bring it back by this, and then pressing down there and turning off the loop. So you bring it back. So you do like a crazy thing. Let it go. Bring it back. Boom. Turn off the loop and bring back the new loop. That's the way to do it. I think that's gonna be awesome. So, yeah, I'm gonna go. Everybody, I'll see you. It's very slow. The internet. There's nobody watching anything. Probably people are partying. Good for you if you're at the beach. Have a great time with the families. You know how it goes. So I'll see you next time. All right. Yeah, I'll see you next time. So this is the. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. Let's see what's on the Finder. Let's go on the Tonverk user, multi-sample, sound phone 2. Oh, we're good over here. Let's eject it. You're ejected.
With this effect here. In order to do this, I can internally resample. So I basically did shift and resampling. And now we set the length again and they're blinking yellow. So when I press here, it will sample whatever is going on the device into the B slot. So now we have it going on there. We can mute the first beat. We can jump between them.
So it's always
So
playing. That's great.
We could either record them into one of the 2 slots here, or we could overdub one of the slots here. So to overdub record, we just press sampling 2 times.
There we
It
go. That's
turns
the type of
this
shit
kind
I
of
like.
blue or purplish, and then you press the B button here, for example, in order to overdub into it. And make sure you have set it to the correct inputs. Tungsint, jag driver jag fram som ett band som bandas många gånger med samma trams.
Yeah,
Tungsint,
that's what I
jag
wanna
är den
do.
som lyricist, som till sist vunnit genom lite list. Tungsint, jag driver jag fram som ett band som bandas många gånger med samma.
There you
Atera
go.
is the IT
That's the
painkiller.
shit right
Remote
there.
monitoring and management, remote
Ain't
access,
nobody doing
help
that.
desk and ticketing,
Ain't nobody
smart
doing
automations, patching,
at all.
software deployment, scripting. And the amazing thing is that it does all this while still being easy to use. It's magical.
And that's
And I decided to record some ad-libs and overdub the recording a bit. And now I just wanted to record some finger snaps as well. Tungsint, driver jag fram som ett band som bandas många gånger med samma trams. Tungsint, en ensam lyricist som till sist vunnit genom lite list. Tungsint, driver jag fram som ett band som bandas många gånger med samma trams. Tungsint, en ensam lyricist. And as far as I know, there's no undo functionality, so it is kind of easy to mess stuff up. I've done it a bunch of times. Also, when you're overdubbing, so in the overdub mode, it keeps overdubbing. So you actually have to exit the overdub mode. You can press shift here, for example, to exit. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it
that's
just
awesome.
keeps on recording infinitely. And if you have mic on, you know, that tends to add a lot of noise, and sometimes I forget that. So just be a little mindful.
all right.
This is
So
a
that's
pretty
the
old
end of
school
this.
device. It's
That's
not
the
meant
end
for
of
making
this.
full songs. It's more
Bo
of a
Beats,
performance effect.
great job. You at least talked about it. Not, but one of the main things about this thing. It had minor issues. They talk about minor issues, but that I think they've been resolved. And that this thing combined is gonna be combined with the. I'm gonna show you because I went crazy already, and I already bought the thing right here, as you can see. That's for it. SanDisk. It only takes up to 32 gigabytes, and I bought some cables too, like high wattage cables, and that's gonna be for the Tonverk and for the setup itself. For when I get I'm gonna order the my volts. I gotta order them tonight. I think I'm gonna order them because they take a while to get here, and it's gonna be for the analog rhythm and the analog 4, and that's to be able to use power banks with the analog 4 and the analog rhythm. And this setup is becoming. What's up, Eternian? The setup. Thanks for coming. I'm about to go. The setup, it's about halfway there. One of the major things that I'm gonna have problems with acquiring is gonna be the PA system, because the PA system is gonna be expensive. So we're talking about the one that I want is like $700. Let me show you guys. And I want that way because it's 1,200 watts RMS, and I really want that thing. Yeah, I really want that thing. Amazon. Let's go Amazon. And it's an off-brand um, portable PA system. But you know, you have the Pro Rec one, and those are not, you know, you have these ones. Let me show you guys right quick. We got these ones right here. These are like Pro Rec. They're not bad, but from instead of being wood, they're like cheap material, so they tend to break. Like the enclosures are not that great. And you see, they have this one too for a decent price. This is like $600 right here, and it has all the cables ready to go. And I really, really want to make it. I want to do a party where we get to jam, and I need to meet some people that are doing this thing around where I am. So this is the one that I want. This is the one that I want right here. This one. Let me see if I can let's all right, I think you can see it right there now. It says 2400 watts, but it's actually 1200 watts. Um, and you see, material wood. That's very important right there. The frequency response of 35 hertz. That's perfect. Um, and it's a one. It's gonna be a mono system at the beginning because I'm only gonna just buy one, but later on I probably get another one of these. So to have two of these is the perfect party, and then you have stereo. Um, yeah. What else? It has a 7-year warranty. So when a company gives you a warranty of 7 years, they're betting on it. You know what I mean? And I want to do it. I want to do it, and hopefully I can get this soon. So I'm gonna have to make some, things here and there. I don't want to sell any of my gear to buy this, but I'm hoping I can get it. Um, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off this summer. Like, I don't think so. Um, then for Eternian, they just got here. Mr. Eternian, I was talking today about the Tonverk's sound font conversion. And there's this software right here. They can take any multi-sampled from any of these brands. You have Akai 500, 1000, 2500, Akai, all the MPCs, Bitwig multi-samples, Bliss presets, Decent Sampler, Electron Multi, and Sonic Mirage, ISO Image. Yeah, so you can do all these types of multi-sample and convert them for the Electron Toner. And I was showing that. Let me get out of here. It loads faster now, the Tonverk, with the new edition. So let's load a multiplayer. So we got all this stuff. The Tonverk doesn't have VSTs, but the MPC, most of the VSTs on the MPC, especially natural sounding instruments, are sample based. So this is basically what this is. Now we have the wavetable synthesizer on the Tonverk. It's awesome for synthesis, so we got that covered. Now the other part of the whole deal is to have covered multi-sampled stuff. If I had I wish I had if I had like one of those big workstations, like a Phantom, like a Roland Phantom, I would be sampling all of those. But since I don't have none of those things laying around here, I can go get sound fonts from the internet, and you can find really good quality sound fonts on the internet, which I'm gonna show you right quick. So I'm gonna show you this FM piano. This is basically the 80s piano that everybody likes. Beautiful. This one sounds pretty. So people might say, why would you want to do that with a Electron Tonverk? Well, I like to do regular stuff. I like to do crazy stuff. I'm gonna start getting into the glitchy stuff, more futuristic type of sound, and I want to get into the Tonverk because I can do either or. Like I can do traditional stuff that everybody's doing, old school stuff, but then I also can put myself bringing the past into the future by implementing uh, instruments from the past into the new stuff, and it could be cool because this piano you can turn it into something else. You know what I mean? You hear that? So that's exactly why sometimes you wanna do it differently. So if you're playing fast, it's not a big deal because this multi-sampler doesn't let you choose loop points, like to add loop points. Like there's other multi-sample software that can let you um it will let you, what's it called, loop, have certain loop points where where it makes the sample or the sound of the instrument it never stops, so you can hold really long notes. So not everything is like that. You have to, you have to use your mind when it comes to this. So if you know that you can't hold a note on some of the sound fonts, then maybe it's not the right way to use it. So what I wanted to show was that you can go and change it to single player, and then you can go and access the samples of those multi-sample. Right? Nestes, is that Nestes? I thought I thought I thought I saw a putty cat. So we go here to FM1, and here it gives me the samples right here, as you can see. So I can load this sample and load it as a sample. And now I go to the single player and then load that sample. You see? So as you can see, the way they did it, I don't know if you can see it. So what you can do is you can add a good way of doing it. You see that? So I can hold it. Look. Now you can hold it. And this is the single player. So if you wanna, or if you wanna the envelope to go infinite, but that's infinite, but if you hold it, let me see. I'm not sure if it does it. Oh, if you let go, okay, that's That's the point. So if you let go, it stops looping, the looping point. So at least you can hold it. You can hold it forever. It can notice it. And it's looping eternally. You can drone any sound, basically. Now if I go to the other source, which is the multiplayer, here, you start hearing it. But the cool thing, you can add vibrato on it. Like, okay, and then another piece of information I want to give you guys is, okay, the the key groups from MPC work extremely well with this unit. So I got the F9, the whole F9 thing here with the bells. I'm gonna show you this one, the bells, and that's beautiful. It's perfectly. So I recommend to use like really high quality stuff. So if you want to get like more serious about it and do some other stuff, or you know, I know you guys saw it earlier, but if you wanna do stuff like that and get serious with it, and then you can change it. Let's change this. Let's go here. Let's go to this guy right here and change it to the Rom slang. I love this Rom slang. It sounds beautiful. And then let's change this delay to a different delay. Let's see. Daisy delay. We got Daisy delay and saturator delay. Let's do Daisy delay, which is crazy in itself. And let's go to number 1. Let me record. I'm gonna record something right quick, and it's gonna make it sound really good. A pre-roll. So the cool thing about this Electron is that you can do crazy stuff per step. So if you wanna add an effect, let's add this degrader. And then you can add some modulation here. I'll be listening, but I can't type because I'm about to drive. Yeah, man, no worries. I'm about to go anyways. I've been here in an hour. Everybody's doing their thing today, I guess. It's summertime. Everybody's out. The kids are at home. I had a whole day with the kids here today, which I didn't do anything with them today. I've been like engulfed in this shit. I guess that's completely my bad. And then on the effects, I can let's add some chrono pitch. Let's put some 64s into it. 7 más 7, 14, 14. Gonna add more effects to it. Let's put some face 98 now. Infinite flanger. Yeah, that's cool right there. And then if you want to go to another track and load a different one, you can load a different one. Let's load a grand piano. We can go and use the filter and filter this thing. Yeah, this does a lot of stuff. If you want to go like that, and the track two, you want to go half a quarter. And then if you don't like none of this shit, clear it, then clear it, and we're done. All right, so I'm gonna go. That's it for me. I gave you guys the keys to the kingdom, and now it's up to you guys to do something with that. Yeah, Electron Tonverk is a beast of a machine now, and I can't wait till they add more stuff. I'm waiting for them. And you know, if they really did fix that and added like looping points for the multi-sample, that would be great. But yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, and we're gonna let them run the show. So I'll see you guys next time, okay? Night. Good night, my friends. Good night. Yo, how can you guys let me do this? Oh my God. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Good night.
Rum and spice, rum and spice. This is nice. I drink it with ice. Fill my cup real nice. With purple, drink that spice. Rum and spice, rum and spice. Coming from the island, middle Caribbean. The weather is nice. With a mamacita, because the streets are hot like salsa. Better mind your business, Papa. Mind your business, Papa. Rum and spice, rum and spice. What? This is nice. I drink it with ice. Fill my cup real nice. With purple, drink that spice. Drink that spice. Drink that spice.
Oh man.
Hey, you alright?
Wait a minute, man. I don't feel good, man. I'm feeling kind of, bro. Like everything is weird. I think I'm floating, man. Oh,
Whoa, hold up, wait. I feel the room rotate. Rum and spice got me drifting out of place. Heart beating slow. Everything is in delay. Hey, now I'm floating while the bass line fades away. Rum and spice, rum and spice. I said rum and spice, rum and spice. I fill it with ice. Give me more ice. Rum and spice, rum and spice. Yeah, rum and spice. Yeah, rum and spice. You know, this is nice. I drink it with ice. Fill my cup real nice. With purple, drink that spice. Rum and spice. Rum and spice. Rum and spice. Rum and spice. Okay, this is nice. I drink it with ice. Fill my cup real nice. With purple, drink that spice. Drink that spice. Okay, drink that spice.